Hi, I'm Norman Holtzhausen from Boating New Zealand, and today we are reviewing the Sea Ray Sundancer 265. The American brand Sea Ray has over 60 years of history, being one of the first recreational boat manufacturers to build fully fiberglass boats. They are now part of the giant Brunswick Corporation, and their achievements include being one of the first to incorporate automobile-style upholstery into their boats, using a distributor model that General Motors established, and building 28,000 boats a year by the 1980s. The advantages gained by this huge production capacity is obvious when you look at the craftsmanship that is visible in every boat. They are able to mandate the use of top quality materials and pay meticulous attention to detail, including testing, safety, and final fit and finish. The brand has been ably supported in New Zealand by Sports Marine since 1985, when the company acquired the distribution rights. Sports Marine has grown from those humble beginnings, and they now have branches in Auckland, Christchurch, and Sydney. One of the hallmarks of a successful company is not to change what is not broken, and hence Sea Ray models tend to be evolutionary rather than revolutionary. And so it is with the Sundancer 265, the model that Sports Marine made available for us to review on a fine spring day in Auckland. After a couple of days of wind and rain that caused our initial date to be pushed out, it was a sunny and almost windless day when we headed out from the Tamaki Marine Park to have a play. The lines of the Sundancer 265 could not be mistaken for anything other than a luxury American cruiser. An airy, open cabin makes this a perfect sunny day boat, although the clears can be fitted to fully enclose the cabin as well. The plush seating, beautifully upholstered in tan-coloured vinyl that is fully weatherproof, offsets the white gel coat and teak flooring. And this is real teak, not a synthetic lookalike. A huge teak-covered boarding platform off the stern attests to this being a water lover's type of boat, and a neat insert swim system folds out to literally provide a set of stairs up from the water back into the boat. A couple of steps up to the cockpit through a closable door ensures that water does not get any further into the cockpit even when things get rough. The sun lounge has a few tricks of its own. A two-part folding teak table on a stainless pedestal is almost a work of art, and the stern settee hides a large locker. The back of the settee folds down to become a double sun lounger, ideal for those lazy summer days out on the water. Almost the entire lounge floor is a hatch that lifts up on pneumatic stays to reveal the 300 horsepower Mercruiser 6.2 litre petrol engine. Mechanics will love this boat because the engine compartment is huge, with easy access to every aspect of the engine. The usual tanks and pumps are each neatly installed into their own sections on the sides of the engine bay. This boat came with just the basic specs, but there are options, and plenty of space, for the new owner to install air conditioning, cabin heating, air compressor, or an inverter. Moving forward through the lounge area, you get to the helm, and the beautifully upholstered double bench seat continues the luxury theme. There is an impressive array of technology to make the skipper's job easier. Twin 9-inch Simrad Evo touchscreen displays are fully customizable with the usual chart plotter and fish finder options, and also include integrated engine displays thanks to the Mercury Vessel View Link system. Steering is power assisted, and a digital throttle and shift requires only minimal effort from the skipper. A Fusion audio system, electronic smart switching, including engine controls, trim tabs, and a bow thruster make the Sundancer 265 a breeze to drive. The entrance to the enclosed cabin in the front part of the boat is interesting. The sliding door contains a set of very robust moulded stairs, which together with the folding section of the windscreen provides access to the front deck area. What was not initially obvious when we got on board is that the interior of the boat occupies the full beam, thus there is no space to walk around the outside of the cabin. Hence this clever compromise, which provides a dry and secure way to get to the forward deck. Optional squabs can turn this front deck into a functional sun lounger area. With the door slid open, a couple of steps lead down into the cabin, and Sea Ray have managed to fit 4 berths, a galley, and a shower and toilet into that space. A double berth is tucked back under the helm position, with limited head height at the feet end, but plenty on the port side. Midships, the compact galley sits on the port side with an oven, cooktop and round sink with running water. On the starboard side is the combined shower and toilet unit with a hand basin and shower. The star of the show, however, is the main cabin area with a convertible V-berth that also serves as a dinette. The walnut finish of the cabin table and the cupboards in the cabin area are offset by the white upholstery. Large windows and a hatch which acts as a sunroof provide plenty of light. The table lowers down and with the infills provided creates a king-size bed area which would be luxurious for overnight stays in a secluded bay somewhere. Enough of the stunning good looks, it was time to see if the performance matched the appearance. We fired up the normally aspirated 6.2 litre V8, which sounded just like a V8 should do, a satisfyingly throaty roar at startup. Having said that, it was almost silent at idle, and thanks to the engine compartment soundproofing, was not overly obtrusive even when we had it at full roar later on. We used the bow thruster to effortlessly push us away from the dock, and were soon on our way up the Tamaki River to find some open water. Once we were out of the restricted area of the river, we were able to put her through her paces. She accelerates rapidly thanks to the Bravo 3 stern leg, turning that horsepower into plenty of speed. At 4,600 RPM, we were skimming along at over 30 knots, and with the engine redlining at 5,400 RPM, she should easily top 35 knots. We had 4 adults on board and about a third of a tank of fuel, so this was by no means a light load. The narrow hull with a very deep 19-degree dead rise cut through the wakes and chop with ease. We had taken off all the clears to enjoy the sunshine, and despite the open cabin, we remained perfectly sheltered from the wind. That windscreen does a good job of deflecting the air upwards, and we were high enough off the water to ensure that spray was a complete non-event. Occupants in the sun lounge at the back similarly remained protected from wind and spray and could just enjoy the ride. Once we were at our chosen spot, we paused briefly to launch the drone for the video, and the hull proved stable and comfortable at rest. The boat settles down into the water, which contributes to the stability, while the boarding platform remains high enough off the water surface to remain dry. Once the drone was in the air, we did some rapid runs and high-speed turns. They say that every hull is a compromise, and the Sundancer 265 is no exception. Despite being just over 8 meters overall length, the beam is just 2.56 meters. This makes trailering the Sundancer an option, although at around 3.2 tons dry weight, it would be a serious towing proposition. However, the relatively narrow hull, which gives it such blistering speed, comes at the expense of some lateral tenderness. This was not evident at rest when we found she settled nicely. But push the helm over while the throttle is open, and she certainly leans into the turn. This took a bit of getting used to, a bit like driving a sports car compared to a family sedan. Of course, a gentle hand at the helm could mitigate this, but in boy racer mode, she can be made to drift from side to side if that is your thing. Trim tabs are an absolute necessity on a boat like this, and judicious use of the hydraulic tabs that are installed did a good job of keeping the hull level and straight. The Sea Ray Sundancer 265 is an impressive example of all that is good about American production boat building. A stylish design, extremely well built, and everything finished off to perfection. That open cockpit style will not suit everyone, but the fully enclosing set of canvas sides and clears help cope with our often changeable weather. The performance is astonishing, and this is a boat that any owner would be proud of.
John Ecclestone from Boating New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel.